Welcome everyone to another Linux live stream here. Of course, we finally want to release T2 2210 already. Only 30 days. Let me think. It's 29 days late. And we already have one of the most sophisticated Rust targets patching in. Previously, people ask why do we even do this, like ARM big engine and stuff. And so what I've done in the previous videos over the course of 3 years is obviously I had to patch here all the Rust targets that they don't support upstream. Like here's this ARM thing, which I now disabled. So what we basically, so not only do they use unknown Linux, which doesn't work the best for various reasons, like bootstrapping and so on, but the other thing is also they don't even have all targets, right? All the hard float, ARM version variants, even RISC-V. So previously we patched that, but that obviously doesn't scale the best, especially as with all the micro dependencies. There are at times dozens of such micro dependencies, like no atomics. So basically each Rust package like Cargo, Alacrity, Clippy, Rust Analyzer, and so on, has local copies or micro dependencies of local copies of downloading micro dependencies. And so obviously it doesn't scale to patch that for each and every package, right? So I tested that already. So what I've done now, so we can delete this now that I've shown you that we don't need that anymore. And so we had already a Rust update arch target thing for our T2 and stuff. And so what I added already earlier this morning before this live stream is here in Rust cparse config update. So I now created a fancy shell array here of only works in bash obviously. So Rust T2 targets. So what this is a associative array here, mapping our added targets of what base Rust upstream architecture that should be using. For example, here we have, or like upstream, they have some, they have some random targets, but obviously not all of them, right? Even the Rust people don't support as many crazy vintage. And it's also silly, right? I mean, the whole, and I don't want to repeat this, but it's of course silly that all this hard-coded stuff. And then because if you build another one, then you need to add all this hard-coded stuff there. So they have ARM version 5, TE, unknown Linux, GNU EABA, but we want hard float. So we base our hard float off of that. So the reason, so not only we copy that file, which I also need to finish scripting, but here in that case, so what we do is for all of those, for example, atomic files or others, I now have here new code for each A architecture in this amazing shell syntax, right? But who cares? Rust T2 targets do base set base A on B, Rust T2 targets $A, and substitute that. So what that does is match any of those base architectures because it might not be in there, right? For example, this atomic files is atomic files mark what kind of atomics are supported. For example, so many of those are not in there, but for example, ARM version 5 is in there and RISC-V 32 GC. And so so only if this matches, then add the other one, right? So basically copying that. So for example, ARM version 6, I think is not in there. So it would add this entry, so substituting that base thing to like print that and then substitute that to our new architecture. And then at the end also substitute that Rust to then T2 because we need that actually. Not we don't have spaces here. Let's maybe probably trim the space there as well for consistency. Although I'm actually, maybe I should. Usually I don't excessive white space. Actually, maybe this extra white space makes it more readable. Leave in the comments below. So, so far so good. We need to finish a little bit more stuff. So I test build that already. Actually, I test build that before this change, and let's test build this again. And then I also wanted to change. So this was part of the story, and then I also wanted to do live. And so the reason is not to have to patch that, right? If we later have, in some years, right now we have a dozen Rust packages, but fast forward a year or 10, and we have hundreds of Rust packages, and I obviously don't want to keep manually, laboriously patching all of those. Cheers. So what we also need to do, and I do this now, I procrastinated that a couple of days. Basically, I wanted to do that for a week, but I was a little bit lazy and tired and stuff. It's like, nah, I'm not more Rust. But I want to release T2, and this is one of my last working copy changes. So we have something similar here in Rust C proper. I think it is that. Yeah, so did I source spec? So what that does here is adding all of our patched targets into this module file, for example, because this main Rust C target spec driver here needs to source all of those modules which we patch in. So actually, it still builds after removing some white spaces. And so the benefit of this is already previously I didn't had here Rust. So which are those? So that is, let's quickly ARM patch. Okay, we still need parts of this ARM patch. So all of this we need there. ARM version. Okay, so this patch probably contains 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's not. Didn't modify that. So we have here. Let's keep that in sync. So the benefit of that is also that this keeps the stuff. So not only do I need to not manual patch it, so in the future it will be much easier to add even more crazy supporting all of the industry, vintage and retro targets here. So in the future it will be then a matter of just adding that here. And the benefit is already that I added RV RISC-32 GC unknown Linux Musel, which we previously did not have. We have here GNU eABI. So we have here, what is it? All right, so this is, oh no, what is going on here? All right, so this is the regular GNU eABI, which previously was also not, what is even, all right, so this does not include what was the base. So the base for that probably should be ARM EB. And so ARM EB actually, and there you see, this is where, so you see this is actually wrong. I think this should be based off of that one. And there you see how bugs happen. ARM EB unknown because of this did not even exist. So ABI and hard float. So those two are done. And then we have version 2. So that should be based off of GNU eABI without hard float. And then ARM version 6 should be, which one was that one? Which one do they have? ARM version 6. Okay, ARM version 6 we still need to do. Was it fully committed? Moved from that. Okay. Okay, ARM version 6. What did I say? ARM version 6. Whatever ARM. So that's also not yet in here. And let's see what we base it off. Rust C. And then we probably can also substitute this here. Actually, this is funny. I copied Musel here. So I also want to improve this pre-patch copying here. So welcome everyone. On the question there, what's the overall thoughts on Rust? In general, an amazing concept. I'm not biggest in love with the syntax. That is a little bit nitpicking, but the real problem, in my opinion, is the sheer maze of micro dependencies. So I would call like the Rust, the core language, 90% amazing, and memory safety certainly something that I personally advocated for 20 years. Even my company, Exacode, right? So founded in, I think, the end of 2005, 2006, maybe 2006. And like the name is a program since 2006 already, right? And to me, Rust is mostly as amazing as Rust, the core language is, except some syntax details that I'm not most in love with. The micro dependency build system. I know people praise Cargo for the integration and stuff, but I personally find it working pretty against Linux distribution architecture, and also too many micro dependencies, right? I would prefer, instead, there are 150 to 200 whatever micro dependencies. I was the Rust compiler, in the meantime, using over 250. I would appreciate if like 12 or like a dozen or 2 dozen like libraries, and not like 200s, like order of magnitude more of this crazy names that only the authors know what they do, and so on. So yeah, so the next thing, so this was ARM version 6. ARM version 6 with base of that. So, and then ARM version 6. Version 6. You're welcome. Hope you enjoyed this and learned something. So version 6 based of ARM, unknown, Linux, GNU, hardfloat. And so the beauty is that we will also see if there are typos, because so next I want to automate this here, some more T2 ports, so this can basically share the same. Yeah, let's use an indentation of 4 here for that, and then we need to maybe should we call this B with spaces? So basically substituting all those to underscore, so that is substituting all to underscore. Let's set X that to trace that. And then instead of SED, copy that, and then copy, by the way, can we probably short form, oh wait, we need both this underscore, right? Local A to be added. I hope that did work. Probably should work in shell. So we need both with underscore form. Also best without typo. And then copy base to I think that should work. So that we have just done ARM version 5 TE. So far I deleted. So 5 TE, ARM version 6, half load, ARM version 6 Indian is big. Did I do that? ARM version. Yeah, GNU EABI without. Yeah, GNU EABI version ARM version 6 to ARM. So the only thing, I mean, do I do this in this order? I do. So the only thing is I might need to redo the patch, because previously, so the only drawback is currently the patch, the ARM version 6. No, actually I didn't. No, I didn't. We didn't patch it in between. So it's still, I was thinking, and that all the details, right, that you need to consider. I was for a moment thinking it might change the patch base, but it doesn't, because we don't patch in between. So this, although the name, it's not yet final, right? We only copied that from ARM version 6, GNU EABI 2 hard float. So yeah, it doesn't change that. So MIP64, and so previously the other benefit is, like, previously we didn't substitute that here, so that if those MIPS wouldn't be covered in that. Why do we have that? Wait a second, what is the risk? This is 32 GC. So MIPS didn't have that, because it has a 64-bit architecture atomics, but it's still for other Rust crates and macro dependencies that I don't even know about. It would potentially matter if there are occurrences to patch. So that is N32 based off of ABI N32 based off of 64. Wait, is it even right? Probably should have been right, isn't it? As we copy, so 64 here, GNU ABI apparently. So, and then we have all the Rust variants, of which I actually don't have all yet, right? So actually need to copy the two. And when that hopefully works in a minute without issue, it makes a future expansion of Rust support way easier. Actually, I tried the other day, so this Rust RISC-V triplets are rather crazy. I actually tried the other week off camera to change this, because currently we have RISC-V, and so currently we don't have this GC whatever prefixes, and I actually tried that, and other stuff like glibc and GCC, many of other packages do not build with this, right? So Rust, again, with this RISC-V stuff, I double checked. So even there, with the default targets of RISC-V 32GC, not being compatible with all the rest of the Linux ecosystem, right? So this is a sad thing. The only constant is change and regression and non-standard stuff, right? People really currently working against each other. Welcome everyone. Just need to report messages of that. So yeah. So that could potentially be all. Then we only need, and then one more thing. Should we test if that works? Set X to A, B, C, and echo this as X. Oops, best without typo. Okay, that worked as expected. Sometimes I get confused, so better to test it. So that is patching this stuff. So we still need to patch the base files, but all the other surrounding stuff is automated, plus all the in-module use and so on. And the only other thing, and let me think about that. So the only other thing I would want to patch here is, so we have ARM, hotfix, what do we have exactly in there? So we still need to pre-patch that. I will not come up with reg expressions to auto-fix that. Okay, that we also need. Okay, no atomic. So this is exactly what I was talking about. And which patch is that? That is hotfix ARM. That is exactly the same what we have for cargo. 5TE. And so this should be hotfix ARM. Probably it's not committed, or yeah, it's not committed, so then let's delete that. We don't even need that. And cargo, I still need to run this code potentially. So we run here update arch target and no atomics. Let me check. Update. Do we run that here already? Apparently not. Update. Do we run this generically somewhere of cargo? Or do we? Okay, oh no, we. Okay, right now we apparently don't auto run that, but that is fine. So Rust. What do we have here? All right, this is our new code, and so that is the special stuff. Pre-patch, and I would say we could directly run the rest of it here. In all of vendor, no atomics. And then one more thing. Actually, wait a second. We have here more pre-conf. Okay, that is also valid. So that is changing the unknown, like adding our unknown, like substituting, like adding from the unknown 82 variant for cross compilation. Otherwise, it would break bootstrapping on the same architecture to the same architecture. The only other thing I wanted to do is we basically need something like, so what we need to do is probably we need to also substitute the underscore thing. Did I delete that already? Let's find out here in this one. So I deleted that already in mod rs. Do we have, actually, yeah, we have in I46. So yeah, we still probably keep that. I should send this upstream. I sent this upstream, somehow parts of this were lost. And because we do not auto create that, at least I think. Why do I have this here in reverse order? let's fix the order here just for fun. So theoretically we would need to delete that, but this is only partial upstream. That is the thing, right? I spend my extra time to send stuff upstream, and then it even gets like the code change because of course they need to touch this module inclusion stuff. And so I had to read if it's somehow either I messed it up or they half mangled it, but probably I messed it up. So which other, we had MIPS, so let's MIPS and RISC-V. Oops. So yeah, mod RS, so that is adding those. So this is the next thing I want to automate, because I'm certainly not maintaining all this. Patchery here. And why did it delete that already? Oh wait, this is, here is the right one. So for this to work, these are RISC-V32 GNU, Musel. This is basically that file here. And for that we need to improve our regular expression a little bit. Do I still have that here somewhere? Like, and so the reason I do this now is because over the course of 3 years, like we gathered like, what's it, nearly a dozen of those. And it's like now is the time, right, going forward, I don't want to continue manually doing that, right? I mean, obviously you don't automate the heck out of that when you have like 1 or 2 or 4, but eventually it is enough to automate, right? So where did so here, so that and that, but for, why is here AR? I copy and pasted it wrong, I would say. And we could already run that. Did I? But how many are this on the minimum? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hey, 10. I mean, I could easily add a bunch more, but that are the ones we currently need. Did I build ARM? Or maybe I didn't. Let's build this with Rust. See, and welcome everyone. Thanks, Danny. Hope you all are fine and enjoy tuning in and learn something. So, something broke, can't copy, no such file directory. RME unknown, so there's some typo. RME, RMEB, ARM5D, RMEB, ARM6. Here. Version 6. So, but then we also need to improve our regular expressions. It's probably sorry to hear your feelings. I hope you're getting better soon. So probably it fully works, because otherwise the patching would have failed. Version 6. Yeah, I hope you'll get better soon. And what was it, set plus something, right? So copying this, so this is copying, so this is copy underscore to, I guess that works as intended. Can call this a success. And that's also the reason why some people always sniff that we shell script the heck out of that with T2 of like, why is it not in Python, Ruby, or whatnot. It's like, not only is it readable, I find it really readable. You could call it low-tech, but I like maintainable low-tech. So yeah, substituting. So what we need, so did I, no I didn't. Rossi conf for that file here. We can directly, so for example, arm eb unknown. Oops, best without a typo. And then, so what do we currently have there? Currently we have, we should also have the full one. Actually, so we do that with quotes, actually. So matching like we had it, and then each line with that substitute. So I guess we could, so currently I only have the one substitute, but to support that we actually, so we need to print the original one and then substitute any of this. So we, as this matches, actually we can make it simpler, like match any of this to the new one. This was version 6. All right, and then for testing we need print again. Version 6, and then also the underscore variant. Unfortunately, that also means, okay, for testing purposes only print on the second. So we still need to generate this variable, which is of course not a big deal. And then underscores to, for the module file to include. I guess that looks right. And that is how you automate the heck out of stuff with shellcode and stuff. And so if you're wondering, in C, of course, it would be highly error prone and usually needs in magnitude more lines. Even in Rust and C++, it would be less, not much less error prone, and still require quite significant amount of code lines. So let's improve this here. So that would be SEDZ here. And so basically we need, so what do we need? Do we need both with underscore, don't we? Which is, actually we can generate them on the fly. We don't need additional variables. So basically print and then substitute. So basically that one we can actually remove that. Substitute base to A and with underscore. Also I did add that wrong. Substitute both, and then let's generate here on the fly underscore variant. So the only cooler thing I could potentially consider is we could, like currently we do here all arguments. We could iterate over that. I mean, this is of course high performance. If we add a shell loop for iterating over the files, the benefit would be we could print out a diff into the log, right? That people instantly see that. The benefit would be if you scroll the log, you would see the difference in the, like what is automatically patched into there. So let's generate underscore variant. So that would be B with underscores and a, wait, is it even, oh, right, base, yeah, A with underscores. Is that all right? So prints original and then substitute and substitute. Does it look all right? We quote that here, so we only lines where this says surrounding quotes, not other stray stuff. Add Alt2 extra, let's see. Alright. The benefit would be for even me to better be able to. Did I edit something here? This means also always a risk that if I save that, then I might clobber the file, and if what's this? Control C. Okay, fine, whatever. So let's. Build that again. Why do we still have two? Is some still background jobs on there? Oh no, this one. Oh wait. I think I know I did something stupid, but yeah, all is fine. So Rust C, and then do I have that in? Oh no, I don't. Was it compiler? Is it mod? That is a file. So that would be ARM version 6 EB, and voila. We have here ARM version 6 EB anon Linux GNU ABI. And so this is double patched, right? So not only did we add that, we also then added the T2 variant. Oh wait, why do we have that twice? Maybe there is some bug somewhere. Why do we have that twice? Did we patch that wrong? It's probably errors altering compilation with that being in there twice. So that is of course the only major drawback. Debugging your excessive auto-generated patchery. Let's see, that might actually be stuff twice. Module defined multiple times. Yeah, exactly what I was thinking. Good luck. Guru meditating that. So here we have only unknown Linux, so that it should not be, or do we have that? Ah, we have that twice, that is the issue. T, so we patched that in twice, that explains a bit. So 5TE, 6EB, did we miss one? 6EB, oh, wait a second. One is, maybe I copy and pasted that wrong. So somehow had this hard float here twice. So GNU ABI, GNU ABI hard float, N32. Wait, why did I paste that in between there? Actually, maybe we should. Little endian, big endian. That should work, right? First adding. Probably should work. So that probably should have been it, and then I can, for the future. So not only the thing is, I didn't want to commit this hard patched stuff there. That it's a little bit too messy and error prone. That probably should work. We will probably now, in how long did this build? 5 or 6 minutes. RBS says that's some kind of alien language. Console. Do like console UIs like DOS and such, but there's too much stuff going on there. Yeah, this is just like power Unix / Linux use, right? And I hope you learned something and enjoy this. RBS hates scripting languages. Why do you? I mean, I'm not the greatest fan of Perl. That is just too crazy and convoluted and stuff. Also not the, I mean, PHP for all the security vulnerabilities, and okay, PHP relatively close to shell scripting, but it still fail. But I mean, yeah, shell scripting is also a little bit incompatible and whatnot, but with all the bash all the bash versus other shell things. But yeah, but why do you hate that otherwise? I mean, for such kind of stuffs, in my opinion, really powerful, time saver automation. What did this happen again? Must be defined only once, so we still didn't improve that. Do we still have that multiple times in there? So what do we patch in there? We patch in ARM version 6. Wait, this is in random order. Does it? Okay, that. Darn. Random order means. Okay, but it does. Okay, it does work. We just can't base another one of a newly patched one, but that is nothing we need. A random order because of associative array mapping and binary tree predicates and stuff. So, okay, here it is actually, you know what? Okay, we don't copy -v, so we actually should get an error if the previous file existed. Actually, we still patch here. Is it the RustC target mod RS? Maybe there's still also one. Oh no, this is a 46 one. Ah, you know what? I think we might patch that in here twice. Look at that. We still have mod RS. Maybe we patched it twice. Maybe we had this previously somewhere already. Oh no, this is this one. Oh no, this is just replicating. Oh, no, that looks quite fine, and I guess we can stop doing that here. And then let's RustC. Let's see what's going on. ARM version 6 engine is big. But our T2 one now is 2 times in here. ARM version 6. ARM EB. ARM version 6 EB. Yeah, that is exactly why I thought it would be beneficial to ARM version 6 EB. So maybe I should actually for loop. So maybe due to, but it is one per. Did I mess up? I mean, we match here. Ah, wait. Maybe we know. Actually, that is the issue. We do this duplication now twice because we have it in here already. So, all right. So then that is what we do twice. I was already thinking it must be some stuff running twice. So a triplet. So that is that one, right? And due to, so we generically do that now. Then wait a second. I need to check if we do the underscore thing. What else? CC based. SED. Actually, this is the same custom substitution, isn't it? I guess. Maybe we don't do that in, maybe we do it the other way around then, and run, or is it? Rust update. Because T2 default target. So we copy that too. So we need to do that post patching because the copy, I mean, unless we would symlink that. Actually, if we would no, we need to SED that, so we can't symlink that. So a T2 triplet in. Yeah, so that is a duplicate, and this one here too. I wonder if yeah, I guess that is why I procrastinated that a week and didn't feel like all those details. You always think it's like it's a 10-minute quick shell script job, and then oh, did I mess up now? Some of my terminal is currently not the most happy anymore. Render stuff, and so this is getting a little bit but this is also why I wanted to further automate it. So do we still, okay, we need that here actually. The only other thing, cargo clear, wonder if we do that already in, I think we should be done in a minute or two. Does that clear checksum? No, it doesn't. Okay, so this is of course always, I slightly wonder if that should automatically, okay, let's keep it separated for now. But we also need actually that one to change that one here. How do we call this T2 target? So actually, wait, does this already? Actually, wait a second, I think this works already. We match here for, by the way, why did I do this hold trickery? Can we not print and then substitute it? Why did I do that? Was there any particularly amazing reason why I did this trickery? Hold substitute. Why did I not print and then substitute that? So I was still wondering about the underscores. So this matches. So this just matches the line, right? So this just looks onto the Rust target with unknown and then substitute each unknown. And so that would still match, especially as we do this global array. So this should actually work, substituting this underscore thing. I only wonder what was the reason. Why did I do that so overcomplicated? Actually, I don't remember. And maybe that is a good reminder. I mean, this is versioned. So can we not just print substitute? Why did I do that? I don't remember if that really was necessary. We will see. If not, reverts it. So, yeah, I would say that looks good, right? All the ARM version 6, GNU ABI hard float, version 6 EB, ABI hard float, and version 6 EBT2 Linux. So yeah, can't auto patch this stuff enough. Why does this Rust stuff now fail? Did I not delete? Okay, so this auto patches now. Does it? Vendor CC. I guess it should auto patch actually. Let's double check that. You see so much manual patchery. Oh wait, what? I only deleted. Okay, I only deleted. Okay. RISC-V. So many matches. So yeah, so this is added in, so that is added, that is added. I guess that works, doesn't it? I guess that looks reasonable. Yay, another patch eliminated. So yeah, but that's probably done then, probably another hour, right? You think, like, yeah, 54 minutes. And Elon Musk thinks he needs no engineers to run Twitter in the future. I mean, I knew that would be error prone or annoying, like attention to detail, and the only substitute for testing is more testing and more compilation here. But yeah, that's exactly why I moved that, dragged that week ahead of me. RBS says, can you just automate the automation? Yeah, actually I did that previous video, right? Probably a year ago. We have actually a data AI bot running, doing our nightly updates. Also, I didn't run it the last days because I got tired of rebuilding the ISO because we just want to release final our T2 2210 Linux distribution. But otherwise, yeah, automation. That is, yeah, probably next we need to build a general artificial intelligence to do all. Actually, I probably said in the other video with data that I wonder if when will we have, I mean, currently the AI is mostly bullshit of oversized neural networks of matrix multiplication and stuff to, like, it's basically pattern matching and not like real. Even this fancy stuff of generating images, it's like pattern matching on steroids. Much more interesting will be real general artificial intelligence, aka like think Data's positronic brain stuff, and that is, I mean, we're not there. I wonder when will we will be there. Leave in the comments below what do you think, how many years it takes to reach full general artificial intelligence. But yeah, like real, even Git Copilot and Google apparently also working on some code completion, intelligent completion, or it's like, yeah, currently it's even if it's producing amazing stuff, it's still pattern matching and pattern remembering and transforming on steroids. It's far from data like general artificial intelligence. And leave in the comments below what you think, how many years it takes for something like that. Small packages that can be identified, bugs also, XOR. Many questions because tired and slept for 2 hours. Yeah, that sounds like you need a nap. Then he says Rust seems to be pure pain. Well, this is only infrastructure. Right? This is not even writing in code. I mean, Rust might be more. I mean, the thing is, sure, it might be harder to write proper Rust code than C, but I mean, maybe even. I mean, maybe it's similar effort, or a bit more of an effort than C++, but on a plus side, you get much more already proven to be more memory correct, unless depending on how much unsafe stuff you use. But what you spend on writing, I mean, that's not Rust code, that's Rust infrastructure, right? But what you spend on proper Rust code probably is more bug-free and stuff. So you probably save an order of magnitude debugging. At least if you gain some experience and stuff. So yeah, this is infrastructure, but I mean, it is their own choice, right? Epic thread whipping that. It is their choice. Their infrastructure stuff is, in my opinion, not the most amazing. And this, in my opinion, this should be much more parameterized, like in sources, and not like this repetitive module definitions. Anyway, I guess we are here so that we're probably only one test build or patch away, hopefully. Let's hope I don't shoot myself with this SED and shell scripting into my own foot here of future unmaintainability of this stuff. But I think that simplifies stuff. I mean, yeah, until next time they vastly re-architect and refactor that, and like famous last words, until they rewrite their code and I need to re-implement my regular expressions. So yeah, that's it for this video then. The only other thing, did I do that for Firefox already? Nothing like you go back and forth. And what do we have here? do I have? I guess I might have added. Oh, no, I don't. Maybe we don't currently build that, or do we? Oh no, we have. Ah, there I run this in the conf. I mean, the other only thing. Did I commit that already? Maybe I had this. Oh yeah, okay. Probably. Yeah, committed that already. Okay, so yay, that builds. I mean, it's only part of the test, right? The other, so let's rebuild that and then also test. Actually, you know what? Let's RISC-V 64. RISC-C and then build. Yeah. Let's rebuild RISC-V 64. Maybe including Firefox actually. So, so yeah, I will not live stream. It probably will build fine. And welcome everyone. And welcome everyone who just joined in. RBS says it should take 5 billion years. I doubt that. Maybe. I mean, if we talk about general, and sorry, I'm also a little bit tired. I guess I would say it's not happening in like next 10 years. So 10 years plus, so like real general artificial intelligence. I mean, sure, we will have every year more amazing neural network generated pattern matching, substitution and stuff. Like 10 years plus, so probably like 20 to 30. Probably like, it's probably relatively fair bet that in 20 years we have quite some sophisticated, more general artificial intelligence, AI. So yeah, 10 plus years. So every year we will have more sophisticated stuff. Probably not yet in 10 years, so like 20 if stuff goes bad, maybe 30, I guess. I would expect in 30 years, I mean, if you think 30 years, that is a development from the IBM XT personal computer to like nearly, it's already a little bit more than 30 years. Actually, that is 40 years. So actually 30 years is like 386 to AMD's EPYC Threadripping AMD Ryzen. So yeah, I guess in 30 years stuff should be pretty sophisticated. So until I'm pensioner, need to work on my pension. Anyway, so yeah, stuff is building. It's probably fine. If not, should be an easy fix. But hope you enjoyed this and learned something. Amazing T2 release coming. And actually the only other thing, do we have more commits? Let's like how much is MIPSL? Did I not commit it here? Rescat, why does it not work? Or was it 2 dashes? No one is new. Actually, there's a help printout. Apparently I forgot to patch that. New remove. What have I? Ah, new is missing. Yeah, these are quite some packages. I mean, it's not the end of the world. I should. It's actually quite some hours of processing time to rebuild everything here. Should we do it for sanity? Let's see. Anyway, that's it for today. I hope you learned something. And don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Maybe Patreon, YouTube membership. And I hope to see you next time.